Hi, it's Jessica Sitomer at thegreenlightcoach.com, and I answered 10 of my most frequently asked questions. And now what I'm going to answer are 10 questions that should be frequently asked but aren't, because people just don't know to ask them. So my number one should be asked frequently question is, what should I be doing at a networking event? Well, the first thing that you should do at a networking event is make sure you set a goal for how many people you want to meet at that event. Because otherwise, I've had people say, oh, I went to 3 networking events, and those 3 networking events were screenings. And I say, well, how many people did you meet? Oh, I didn't meet any. I was watching the movie, so it wasn't really appropriate to talk. Well, great. So you can check off that you went to networking events, but you really didn't achieve results because you didn't meet anybody new. What happens is when you set a goal for yourself, you don't leave the event until you've achieved your goal. And the goal will depend on the size of the event you're going to. If you're going to a small dinner party, maybe your goal is to meet 3 people. If you're going to a big event where there are going to be thousands of people, like an expo, maybe your goal is to meet 20 people. And then everything else is in between. So the first thing you do at a networking event is you set a goal for yourself. The second thing you want to do when you go to a networking event is to create relationships with people. The biggest mistake I see people make are just walking around the room handing out their cards. I'm an operator, I'm an editor, I'm an actor, and they're just handing it out and walking away. Well, I know for myself and for most other people, that card goes right in the garbage because I already know DPs, I already know actors, I already know editors. So why in the world am I going to call you when all you did was just hand me your card and didn't even take the time to find out anything about me? And I see this happen all the time, so make sure you're not the person doing it. Build a relationship, talk to them, find out a little something about them, tell them something about you. And the third thing that you want to do at a networking event ties into that. Exchange business cards once you've created that relationship, and then write down on the business card where you met, something that you talked about, a little something like he looked like Ross from Friends, and we talked about the Star Trek movie, and we met at this indie event for filmmakers where everyone was showing their reel. And then we talked about how I should definitely see this movie Star Trek behind the scenes. This way when you call to follow up, you can say, hey, I saw that movie that you suggested, Star Trek behind the scenes, and it was really cool. And then you have something to bring up with your second conversation. You have a reason to follow up. So those are the 3 most important things that you could be doing at a networking event. Setting a goal for yourself, creating relationships with the people that you are actually meeting, and then exchanging business cards. And then when you exchange that business card, write on them some notes so that you'll remember who the person is, so that you'll have the opportunity to follow up and know what it is that you want to talk about.